Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Order. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right, packed house. I like this. I wish that every council meeting could be like this. All right, good. As we get people coming on in, let's get Pastor Brooks, if you could please. As we call this meeting to order, we'll call this meeting to order with prayer. Pastor Kellen Brooks, please lead us, sir. Thank you, sir.
Amen. Can we quiet ourselves for prayer at this time? Father God, we thank you for this day that you've given us. Thank you for this opportunity to gather once again. Lord, many dangers seen and unseen you've protected us from. We thank you for bringing us to this place. Bless this gathering in this session tonight. We pray for wisdom for the mayor, council, all those that are providing leadership and guidance today. Pray, God, that your spirit of peace would hover over this place, and that it would be a productive time in gathering together. These blessings we ask in Jesus' name, and everyone said amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. All rise for pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Clerk, roll call, please. Steve, pull that door, please.
For the record, Mayor Wimberly.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Howard is excused.
Speak up a little bit, Clerk. Speak up a little bit for them.
Closer to the mic.
Go ahead.
So Mayor Pro Tem Howard is excused for the evening. Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Washington.
Here.
Councilmember Watley.
Present.
Councilmember Chisholm.
Here.
Councilmember Shaw.
Here.
You have a quorum.
All right, moving right into approval of the agenda.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Is there support? All right, motion fails. Is there another motion on the agenda? Councilman Wiley?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I would like to, because of the items listed earlier, that items A through J on the agenda be for discussion purposes only.
Well, we would just say that we would actually just remove them from the agenda for tonight's meeting. And then
Okay, whatever the motion is, because we haven't had a chance to do those.
Yeah.
And because of the sensitive nature of J through M, the time sensitive nature, that we go ahead and process that.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll just remove those from the agenda for tonight, and then we'll hold a special meeting.
Do we do support for discussion? I'm sorry.
Support for
Discussion and
No.
approval of the agenda.
approval of the agenda with discussion?
And I would like to make an amendment.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Mayor, item C
Okay.
is actually the storage yard.
Okay.
And I know we had kind of talked about that twice at planning commission meeting. I don't believe there's any issues or further discussion with that. So
Is that for the entire council, Madam Clerk?
I'm asking, I'm sorry. I know planning commission we did, but so that, and I think item I, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we have that before city council before? Or was it just the sale of the property?
Yeah, that's totally
That was
different.
just the sale of the property then, right?
How are you?
We didn't vote on that period.
Yeah.
Is that the old church?
Right.
That's the old church.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I rescind my amendment.
Yeah, so I would say again, just for the sake of time, like, for what we're doing, and we've had, and understand this, that items A through I have been before the planning commission, where we've had several discussions in planning commission. Also, with that, we have to have public hearings, meaning that the public hearings have to be published 15 days before the item is even discussed, giving anyone the chance to come before the planning commission to voice their concerns or support, and then it comes to council for action, where of course we do our business and then we do our discussions and that, and then we handle our business either way. So hearing that tonight that all the council members didn't receive all the information that was needed in order to take action, because this is what this body should be doing, action at this particular meeting, that we remove those items A through I, and we hold a special meeting, if that's the case. Giving you a few days or whatever you need, I would say that the special meeting needs to be held like this Thursday. And not just before we clearing this up, not trying to steal your information, but we should have been talking about this at 6 o'clock as it relates to discussion about these items. That's why we have orientation session. It's now 7:05. We're talking about doing business for the city. So saying that, is there support for that?
I support.
All right. Any discussion as it relates to that? Let's look at our calendars while we're right here. Then we got everybody got a full house. You got Channel 4 out here too. So we can put this on the news and the record for everybody. If you want to attend again as it relates to these items, then we're going to conduct our business regardless. And everybody has their packets now, correct? Councilwoman Wilder, you have your packet now?
Yes.
You have your packet now, Councilman Chisholm? You already had your packet always. You got your packet, Councilwoman Washington? You got your packet? Yep. Okay. And Councilman Shaw, no, you got yours. All right then. So let's look at our calendars.
The 18th, Mr. Mayor.
All right, then the 18th.
I'm free.
What time? What time? Put it on the record. What time? Anybody? Okay. Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Are you guys available Wednesday?
Good for me.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? What time?
17th at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock? Councilwoman Wiley?
Hi.
Hi. Cheers?
Yes, sir.
Good? Good? Washington? Sure? All right then. So that'll be the 17th, Wednesday, for items A through I. And that's all of the special land use stuff. And the agenda is posted on the website, on the city's website. It has to be posted by law. So if anybody needs a copy, we'll get you some printed up for tonight. We'll get that to you so you can have it, but we'll be doing that on this Wednesday, the 17th. All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it, motion carries. Moving right along. All right then. Let's see here. Is President Butts here from Parks and Rec? Okay. No, I'm just trying. I'm just asking. Okay. Consent agenda? Consent agenda?
No room, Mr. Chair.
Okay. All right. Is there support? There's support? All right. We moved to properly support. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
Nay.
Nay. All right. Ayes have it, motion carried. Boards and commissions? Anyone have any boards and commissions? At this time, I'd like to present to the body Mr. Greg Gillette. Mr. Gillette, please, if you could. And his resume is in the packet. I would like to appoint him to the Inkster Housing Commission. Can I get a motion and support for that?
Moving, Chairman. Support.
And would it properly support? Any discussion or any questions for Mr. Gillette? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have a motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Gillette. Please report tomorrow to the city clerk's office to be sworn in to the Inkster Housing Commission. Congratulations. Thank you. Looking forward to your service. I know you've already talked to Director Cooper and to President Miller. I don't know if he's in the house. I know that he said he would be here tonight. All right, moving right along. City Clerk,
Okay,
item A will be now.
Item J.
All right, go ahead.
First item,
Go ahead.
and it's to consider approval to close Cherry Street on August 27th, 2022, from 1 p.m. until 6 p.m. for a back-to-school fair hosted by Womack Temple CME Church.
Move, Mr. Chairman. Support.
And moved and properly supported. Any discussion? Pastor, I see you here. Did you want to add anything to that? Good. All right, then. Keep doing the job you guys are doing over there. Wonderful job, by the way. See all the giveaways and all that good stuff. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item, please.
Item K is to consider approval to close Walnut Street between Beach and Carlisle on August 27th, 2022, from noon until 6 p.m. for a Youth Day celebration hosted by Smith Chapel AME Church.
So move, Mr. Chairman. Support.
Been moved and properly supported. I know the pastor from Walmart, from Smith Chapel was always around.
Shouldn't that be listed as B?
Okay, all right then. Yep, it is listed as B. Item B.
B.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It is item B and then item C and D. Okay, all right then. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Motion carries. Item C, please.
The next item is to consider approval to close New York Street between John Daly and Inkster Road on August 20th, 2022, from 11 a.m. to midnight for a block party hosted by Angela Ward.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Is there support?
Support.
Been moved and properly supported. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Motion carries. Item D, please.
Consider approval for the X Series Round Ball Classic to be held on August 28th, 2022, from 2 p.m. until 8 p.m. at Brookside Park.
What's your pleasure?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Your support? Support. Been moved and properly supported, and just for clarification and just so we all know, it's the Floyd B. Simmons Center, which is right next door, is the Malcolm X. We all call it the Malcolm X Center. So it's Malcolm X Park is Brookside Park. That's its name on the record, Brookside Park. All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Motion carries. All right. Brings us to public participation. I ask that you, when you approach the podium, your name is called, you approach the podium, and you give us your name, state your name for the record, and then you'll be allowed to speak for 3 minutes. Shirley Walker. Hi, Ms. Walker.
Hi,
How are you?
Councilman, and ladies and gentlemen, officers and stuff. I'm turning it over to my chairman. I'm just the recording secretary.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We're still conducting business, please. Order in the audience, please. Ma'am.
I'm turning it over to my chairman because I didn't think she was coming. So she's right here, Barbara Cooper.
All right, perfect, yeah, of course.
Good evening, Mayor and everyone.
Evening.
All I have to say is God is good,
All the time.
and I'm so glad to be a part of this meeting. For those who did not know, I am a cancer survivor. God is good. And on this Friday, the Inkster Goodfellows will be having our barbecue, ribs, and chicken dinners. Our rib dinners are $15. Our chicken, which is a quarter, $12. 2 sides, our dessert. And if you like to get a pop or water, that's $1. Our sides are baked beans, green beans, coleslaw, and potato salad. And we want everyone to help. No child without a Christmas. That's what the Inkster Goodfellows stand for. And we're getting a good start this year. And we want everyone to participate. So everybody up there, we want you all to get dinners. We have tickets. And
Count me for 10.
I got you for 10.
She already got me.
Yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, for y'all to fill out. And we appreciate everybody to help us raise money for our Inkster Goodfellows.
We'll start early this year, right?
We start now. We already started at the Memorial Day Parade. Hey, we up and running.
There you go.
We
All
up
right.
and running.
How do you volunteer to be a part?
Just give me a call, 313-505-1140. We need as many volunteers as we can get to help us, especially when it's time to distribute the papers, because we want to cover every corner in the city of Inkster on Michigan Avenue and Carlisle, Beach Daily, everywhere. We want to cover the city of Inkster. All right, this is for our children. All right. We want to know if we can circulate, and thank you, Councilman Chisholm, for putting on our Facebook page about the flyer.
They can promote their Facebook page, because I don't think a lot of people in the audience know that the Inkster Goodfellas has a Facebook page.
Yes, we have a Facebook page thanks to Councilman Stephen Chisholm. He created our Facebook page. Thank you so much. Okay, and we just want to help our children. That's what we want to do. What is it again? Okay, he want to circulate tickets and stuff through the.
Because we got a capital audience and care person and all that. We know, we can raise some funds here if it's okay.
It's okay.
All right.
Great audience tonight.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure.
Thank you so much.
Somebody's in the giving spirit around here tonight. Here you go. All right, then. Moving right along. Shirley Hankerson. Shirley Hankerson? You passed. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see here. Gabe, did you want to, well, I got you right here. Did you want to go ahead and, yeah, please, come on.
You must have got a real early start and talking about the different things, about the marijuana.
Yeah.
Let's
have order, please. Still, I know that you guys are doing what you're doing. Please, go ahead.
I'm in question and I'm in wondering how many do we need? It's such a small area. Yeah. We've had some great, things done in our city without, different things to be using. So, we got three strip joints, in our city. We used to get a diploma from high school. Now, only thing you could get is a certificate of pole dancing, at some of those, I understand that, in other words, we got stuff here that don't help our community like it should. And it do project a negative image of us. I know many years I used to come up, people talking about, chicken coops. We used to have raised chickens here, people all that country and stuff like that, But, I say a chicken coop is better than having all these marijuana, because at least you have some chickens. Yeah, you could, some eggs, people could, have some stuff for the family. So we got to be cautious of what type of, I would say, image that we're going to set in our city. And, a long time ago, we had not that many politicians controlling the strings, but we had community people that cared, that loved, that shared, and that attitude is the strongest thing and the best thing we can have in our community. And we got to really try to look into that more so. Like we was talking about the greatest four-letter words, that word of love, that we got to really try to establish in our community. So let's try to rethink some of that stuff. I know that'll bring revenue and all, but we're going to have to do something, get that spiritual thing, back in our city. We got to do something so be careful about some of these businesses. I know we say going to bring tax money and so forth and all that, but then we got to bring a positive image. So when other businesses look at our city and say, well, this is where I want to be. This is, I want to start a restaurant here, another grocery store here. But with all that other stuff, they might say, okay, you're going to give us a little money now, but in the long run, I think it might be detrimental. We got a few, we got 3 now? So let's rethink that. We number one big family, and I ain't a lot of us and all, but we got to try to rebuild the spiritual, presence of our city. And I don't think it's a good fit. I don't think so. But anyway, thanks for allowing me to
You're
say
welcome, sir.
a few words.
All right. Yvonne Moore?
I beg your pardon?
Yvonne Moore.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, citizens of Inkster. Well, I'm coming to you in regards to the unity in the Inkster community. Backpack giveaway that will be held Saturday, August 20th, which is this Saturday coming from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Booker Dozier Center. You can register at the eventbrite.com. We ask that everyone would try to register as many as you can. We're actually going to have bounce houses, game trucks. There will be someone out giving COVID vaccine shots. Telling you about healthcare. We're going to give away free books. We're going to do arts and crafts. We're going to have face painting. But the best one for me is the dunk tank. So the dunk tank, I would like to put this out and ask for volunteers, Mayor Wembley, and all of the city and all of the city council members. I know I'm not going to ask you women, but I mean, if you want to, that's great for me. Also, we'd like to ask the police department, the fire department, and also Inkster housing commissioners and staff. So we want to do it like this. We're going to try to have a contest between all of you guys, sell the tickets for 10 cents and see which group can raise the most tickets as far as being in the dunk tank. So we're looking forward to volunteers. Of course. I mean, 10 cents, I could buy me a big long roll. And if you in there, I could be able to. So we're hoping, for a good turnout. So just keep that in mind, please. Like I said, let's see how competitive we are really in Inkster. So thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Yes, the time is from 11 to 3. And if you would like to come up and volunteer, we need you there by 9 a.m. in the morning. Thank you.
Pastor Hearn. Pastor Hearn's president of the Eastern Minister Alliance. There you go, Pastor.
Thank you, Council, for this opportunity to speak this evening. I just wanted to share this, Mr. Mayor and all of the members here. On this past July, I had the opportunity to attend the National Convention for the NAACP. Here locally, I serve as second vice president for the Western Wayne County branch. And as I was there, all of the delegates at the convention had name tags on. And I was there with mine on, stating that I was from the city of Inkster. And during the course of the events while we were there, I had the opportunity to meet the rapper Curtis Blow, Melly Mel, Chuck D. Chuck D looked at my name tag and said, Inkster, that's the home of the Marvelettes. It made me very proud to know that our city stood out like that. Today, I just want to say I'm proud to have grown up during that era of the Marvelettes. And now is not the time to change the identity of our city to the home of Cheech and Chong and Snoop Dogg. So please, please take into consideration the image that we're putting out for the entire world to see, conducting the matters that are on the agenda that'll be discussed on Wednesday. Thank you for this time.
All right, moving right along. Rebecca Dane. Commissioner Daniels, there you are.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
Citizens of Inkster. I am here on behalf of the ad hoc committee that was formed out of the Planning Commission. And wanted to give you all an update on our first joint training between the Planning Commission and the Board City Council. That joint training turned out to be an excellent meeting. We had several, it was actually open to the public. We had excellent participation from a couple of people from the City Council, the DDA, TIFA, Housing Commission. And during that meeting, we actually secured 3 people from that meeting to actually join the ad hoc committee. So, and just so you all know what we're talking about, we're speaking of the RRC, which stands for Redevelopment Ready Communities. And what we're trying to provide is a certification for the city of Inkster. And that certification will allow us to have viable economic development in our city. And once we as a city have this certification, we will be able to get funds and have economic development in our city. So we feel that this is a great opportunity for us to be a part of. Anybody that would like to be a part of this ad hoc committee, feel free to come to me, or actually the young lady, I shouldn't say young lady, Commissioner Kimberly Faison, who spearheaded this ad hoc committee, and Commissioner Tanya Williams. Also, the next meeting that we will be having will be our parliamentarian procedures training. Again, this training is open to the public. These trainings are very, very educational for the city of Inkster and for all of us to know exactly what's going on in our cities and to keep order in our meetings. The Parliamentary Procedures Joint Training will be held on Monday, September the 12th at the beautiful library in the city of Inkster. We hope to see our city council members there. We had, I think, 2 or 3, Councilman Williams, Councilman Chisholm, and of course, our mayor who was there at the last meeting. But we definitely would like to invite you all, when you see these joint training meetings for the city of Inkster, it's for the RRC, so that we can get that certification behind our name. When we talk about the Marvelettes being a part, when they see that the city of Inkster has a certification, they will know that the city of Inkster is about our business. Thank you so much for your time. Everybody should have a copy of this. This also explains exactly what the RRC is.
Say the location one more time, please.
For what?
For the event, for the
Parliamentary. Oh, the parliamentarian, the parliamentarian.
Yeah, you said the library, but I thought I read somewhere that it said City Hall.
No, the parliamentarian procedures training will be held at the library.
Okay, just confirming.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Where you
Kimberly said the library. Commissioner Faison said the library, but see, I think I wrote it down. Hold on. Let me see if I got it right here. Save the day, procedure joint training, Monday, September 12th at the library. I just have it at the library. So you know what? 6:30. I will confirm that, and Councilman Chisholm, I'll make sure you get that, and then you can put, add it to your meeting minutes. Thank you. Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wayne County Community College Commissioner Marla Edwards, please. Good
morning, Mayor, Councilman.
Well, afternoon, evening, actually.
Evening, morning, good day. Good day. Good day. And to our citizens, I just simply want to say thank you and let you all know that I am running for a second term with Wayne County Community College District in making sure that we have viable access to educational opportunities, not just for our students, but for our seniors as well, and everyone over the age of 60 to attend college with us for free. So please come and get some of our stackable assets that allow you to be able to manage families, households with educational opportunities and resources that allow your children to also be able to understand that education, and I'm gonna say it just like this, and no, it is not politically correct, but education is the new game. Let's make it happen.
Yes, ma'am.
I turned everything around for me in 2008 because of Wayne County Community College District. I stand here with you today with 17 letters behind my name, not bragging, but letting you know that if I can do it, you can do it. So I am asking for you, November the 8th, to come out and vote. Turn it on the nonpartisan side of the ballot, the piece they want you to miss. Start from the bottom of the ballot and go up. That's the information most important. Probably don't start on the top and start on the bottom. So please, vote November the 8th for Marla J. Edwards Wheeler to retain her seat for Wayne County Community College. Yes, ma'am.
Yadi Phillips. Hi, Ms. Phillips.
Mayor Wimberly,
How are you?
City Council. My name is Yada Phillips, and I do a lot of work for the state of Michigan, sometimes different county and cities. And I have been having a very difficult time with retaining information on the FOIA Act from the Housing Commission. And I've been to your office, I have been to their office, I have met up with as many people as I can meet up with. I can't even get them to call me back. And you want to know the interesting thing? You call them, you can't even leave a message. And this is just this is your Section 8 housing.
Inkster housing?
Inkster. Mhm. And you can't. I was told
Have you been over to 4500 Inkster Road?
Absolutely.
And what was told to you?
And they told me that one individual wasn't here. Then I was told to speak to another individual, and I don't want to publicly say their names, but I was asked to speak to these individuals. I came back to your office, and they actually called someone and they told me to show up the next day. I go the next day and then they're not there. So then I said, well, here's my name and number. I've let for 4 months. 4 months. It's 4 months later now. So for 4 months, I've been trying to get some type of assistance with trying to receive a FOIA. Now I paid the money they asked. I even filled out the paperwork and written, because that's what they requested. Everything that was requested of me, I showed up and I did in person. It's now a whole nother month later, and I still haven't received any type of help or assistance. So I'm trying to get this because I have a probate court that I need to get this information to. And it's now I'm working into 6 months.
Let's see if we can get you some resolution tonight. President of the Inkster Housing Commission is standing right there with his hand right there.
You held the
just
door
stop.
open for me. How nice.
Yeah, stop right. Well, stop right on over there. And I know he's a man of action and resolution, so he'll be able to help you out right away, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. You came to the right place. All right, Pastor Velma Overman.
All right, now, Pastor.
Pastor.
So hello, good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Thank you, District 5. We didn't gain the Senate seat, but we gained so much more. Thousands of you voted for a representative that helped and reimagine a district that reflected the needs of the people. We ran a campaign that created a framework of accountability for those seeking office in November. Our work is not over. It never will be for me. So that segues into next Saturday, the 27th, so Saturday after next. We will be doing a soft opening of our STEM Cafe and having a big block club. So Bosch and United Way, quite a few people are going to be out, all of the partners. So I want to invite our city. Hope everyone comes out. And this Saturday, we will be up in Lansing for the DEMS convention. But at the same time, the Inkster Task Force Unity and Community really wants all of us to make sure that we are there to support. I think I had one more announcement. So that was my last announcement. Make sure you come out the 27th. I always should write down all of those million of announcements that I have, but please remember the 27th, 2 o'clock until 4. Oh, I know what my announcement is. We want to be able to block Henry and Williams.
Right, so that's a special request that you need to fill out a form. Just like we just voted tonight to allow street closures to happen.
Oh,
So I need
really?
to get with the city clerk and then we can pop it onto the special agenda, but it has to be posted.
Will do. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
All right.
All right, and I'll see you, Mrs. Chapman. Thank you.
Antonio Rao.
Good evening, Mayor, Council.
Evening.
Distinguished guests and friends. I'm here today. I wanted to first commend the mayor and the city on the great strides that the city is making as far as about blight being cleaned up over in my community, where I'm coming down the street as far as from Cherry Hill to Michigan Avenue, and the whole strip is clean. It haven't been like that in years, and it's something good to see when I'm on the way home and on the way going to work and things like that. And the second thing I wanted to speak about was the stigma that have been placed upon the marijuana industry that have been built all around our city. I've been watching on the news. I've been following it for quite a few years and everything. And maybe in 2018 or 2019, the state of Michigan sent me a packet in the mail to come listen what they had going on and try to get people involved in the communities who hadn't had a chance to take advantage of the situation. So I went up to the recreation complex and they sponsored a big event up there. And some kind of way, I was the only person out of the whole city that approved me for social equity. And this was like 3 years ago. So I had been fighting, trying to see what's going on, but there was no way for me to cross the barriers to get into the industry. Because even though I was approved, I didn't have those thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to make it over the threshold, to be able to be part of the situation, what was going on. So I do feel as the rest of the citizens feel about the saturation of the industry and stuff like that. But when you have a full understanding about what's going on, it's already going on. I just want to know speaking for myself, how can I be included? Because I put in my work, I put in my paperwork, and just people in my community, how can they be included? A part of what's going on in the future, opposed to just people from the outside just saturating our community. We want to be able to enjoy the ride. We want to be able to eat and take some home to our families too. So being said that, just in the future, I just hope y'all keep that in mind and keep the social equity piece in mind, that when it comes back up to the board, that y'all might be able to present some people in the community who's already been approved and had their things in order to take part in it. Thank y'all for your time.
Right. I saved two of the best for last, but I'm gonna let State Rep Jones, if you could please, come on up, young man. And then you can. All right, my God, we love you. Let me say that right off. I know that I love you. We love you.
Love you too.
Support you and everything that you're doing, and we're gonna continue to stand behind you. So as you just talk to us a little bit and greet us. After that, then introduce us to our new Democratic nominee for state.
Indeed.
Rep.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Council, Administration. I apologize for I was trying something new with my hair, you know. So I had mom was twisting it up on Sam had just called me. See, I don't even see. Sam had called me, so I said, let me get up here real quick. So I was mid, trying out something new. So I apologize. My hair's been growing out a little bit, but just happy to be here. Wish meetings were like this all the time. Yeah. It's good to see this out here. Updates as far as it goes for us. We're actually off probably this month, most of September and October. Everyone, because of the way that elections have been going across the state, some of the folks on both sides of the aisle are kind of concerned about these races. So a lot of the Republicans are in leadership in Lansing, quite frankly. So they're looking to go ahead and campaign a little harder into the general election. So Inkster, we have a huge responsibility, actually. The primary was a little disappointing with, I think, around 10% voter turnout. I'm sure everybody here voted. But we do have to definitely stay on our neighbors out here and make sure we vote, because Inkster really can carry the election if we actually participated all the way. That's just one end. So we're still working out there, but we're not going to be in session. But of course, we still have some things going on that we're working on through the speaker's office. That's really it for me. I'm trying to get out of the way because I don't want everybody, pictures or nothing like that surfacing on the web. But Dylan is here.
Yeah, Dylan.
There we go. And so we do have our Democratic nominee. I'll actually be hanging out with him on Wednesday. We got some caucus business this week. So let's give him a round of applause.
Hey, everybody. First off, I just want to recognize Mr. Chisholm here. Heck of a campaign. We've been chatting the last couple of days, and I look forward to working with everybody on the council, the mayor here in Inkster, and in the community. I'll be really brief here. For people who haven't heard of me before, I actually live in neighboring Garden City. I'm a high school history teacher. I'm also a union activist. I've been a union president for my local teachers union. And, my campaign was just centered around fighting for people and fighting for justice. And I think moving forward, hoping to work with the city here to correct some of the injustices, especially around schools in Inkster moving forward, is something that I have interest in and would love the support of the community in that fight to make sure that we fix that. Other than that, I'll be brief. I just want to come here, listen and learn from you all and get to know people and hopefully set up some meetings. And yeah, thank you, everybody. We fought a hard fought race and I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Dylan. We're behind you. Moving right into city clerk. Anything for? Make sure you speak up. You know you're soft spoken. Go ahead. Pop through that mic. All right, speak on it.
So I wanted to report out on the election. Because I know people have questions. I prepared a statement so that I would not.
Still can't hear you. Not about the mic, it's your voice. Just carry it. Carry it.
Okay, I know there was a lot of questions about the election. I had prepared a statement so that I wouldn't leave out any facts. And it goes as such. Election time is one of the most stressful events to execute, as you only have one shot to execute it amongst multiple locations across any jurisdiction and coordinating the event with multiple volunteers. This leaves room for human error, despite how prepared you are going into it. However, our team was equipped to manage issues as they arose throughout the day, to ensure that though there were hiccups, we ended the night with a successful election, having allowed anyone who wanted an opportunity to cast their votes and delivered the results in a timely manner. As many of you may know, during the past primary, we had an incident in which the polls opened without electronic poll books. I moved swiftly into action to mitigate the situation, to ensure that voters kept their access to vote at their assigned precinct. I personally verified voters by phone until my designee could deliver paper poll books to the precinct locations. During this time, the county and the state were made aware of the issues, and representatives were sent to Inkster. During their visit, I shared the issue. My plan forward was also shared, and the processes that we were taking to ensure that voting could continue. The delegates from the county and the state were satisfied with the plan and authorized us to continue out the election with paper poll books. At some point, several media outlets became involved and reported the issue in post-election coverage. After further analysis of the media coverage, I considered the articles to be neutral and balanced. And the issue at Inkster appeared in 2 articles as a part of a larger story about election day issues across the state. Inkster's opening without electronic poll books was buried in these articles, accompanied by a statement from the Secretary of State, who shared that she considered this a smooth and successful election and called out Inkster's quick rectification of the hiccup that we experienced. To quote Jocelyn Benson, in every election, we seek to essentially deter any challenges ahead of time, but are prepared to address them quickly and swiftly if they do occur before they have a larger impact. And that is exactly what our team did. I'd like to openly thank the election staff and volunteers for their commitment to Inkster and their awesome work in this past election. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Wiley?
I have nothing.
All right. Councilman Chisholm?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a couple of things.
All right.
First and foremost, today when I was at AutoZone, I heard a noise as I stepped out of my vehicle, and this is something rare. But an individual had fell off his moped as he turned into the approach. And unfortunately, it was from some of the settlement and gravel that comes from the main road up into parking lots and so on and so forth. So I reached out to our ordinance department to find out who was responsible for cleaning that up. And actually, after I reached out to ordinance, I reached out to our county commissioner, Glenn Anderson, and found out that it was the duty of Wayne County. They came and they cleaned it up immediately. So I want to give a shout out to him because Commissioner Anderson did reach out to Wayne County Roads. They got out there, sent me photo documentation that stuff has been resolved or cleaned up. So I know that's something rare that we have to undergo, but I just wanted to put that out there to the general public and let everyone know that if you have been going to AutoZone and you've been wondering the same thing, it's Wayne County Roads Division, even though it's along the main trunk line, which is Michigan Avenue, it has been resolved. And then I actually looked at the calendar for the parliamentary joint training session that we talked about earlier, Commissioner Daniels, and it is stated to be held here in City Council chambers. So, okay, cool. I just wanted to let everyone know so there's no mix up, and I hope to see you all here, as Commissioner Daniels stated. Councilwoman Howard and myself are still having email issues. I actually gave her an alternative, and I think she expressed that as well too to other persons. We can get on via web, but the actual app itself, the Outlook 365, for whatever reason, is starting to do is doing again and kicking us out. So I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
I did advise her to contact IT as well.
Okay, I know Tony's here in the audience somewhere. We'll definitely make sure we follow up with that ASAP.
Okay, cool. The additional question I just wanted to ask, because tonight how we did with moving items to a special meeting, if by any chance we don't get an agenda by any time, what would be the preferred, reach out time to say, hey, we didn't get an agenda? Or we haven't received, an electronic packet. Let me put it that way. Not the one in our mailbox, but the electronic.
If you don't have it by Thursday afternoon, certainly call me. I have an open door policy.
Okay.
And I answer my phone, so.
Okay, Thursday afternoon. Thank you.
No. She talking about the general meeting. We already know what's on the agenda. She's gonna be posting that tonight. We've made that clear. It's on record all over. Facebook Live, Channel 4. Yeah, so everybody got a record.
I was like, what did I miss?
No. We're talking about the general meeting.
And the last but not least, it's been a very hectic week for a lot of us, and especially myself, from transitioning out of a full force campaign, as Mr. Wagella stated earlier, into, I think that morning learning, or no, maybe not that morning. Well, yeah, that morning learning that my great uncle, Arnett Chisholm, was placed on hospice care. And then he passed away this past Thursday. He was 93 years old. You all may know him as the older gentleman who stayed on Annapolis Court at the corner of Annapolis and Annapolis Court. The funeral arrangements are pending. The arrangements will be carried out through the Chapel of the Chimes. And of course, the services will be held at St. Clement's Episcopal Church. Again, they're pending, but I just wanted to let the general public know, for those who knew him, those who wonder how I got my start in the Episcopal Church. He started taking me to church when I was 2 or 3 years old. And this is a very delicate and sensitive time for our family. For those of you who know the Chisholms, he was the last of all of the Chisholms at 93 years old. So longevity does run in my family, and I'm very appreciative for the time that he spent here and anything he did in Inkster, as far as maybe flirting a little too much or cutting grass all over the community, or just talking stuff when he came up to City Hall or whoever he talked stuff to. He didn't mean no harm, but he meant what he said. So just keep my family and myself lifted in prayer as we move through these trying times. And I thank you all for that. And I just want to, at this particular time, encourage voter participation. As we noticed, looking at these numbers, in our last local election, we had 3,300 people who casted votes on the primary, or it might have been a general, I don't know. But regardless of the fact, we're in a midterm election, and we only had 2,300 that casted votes. So a couple of things I would request that you all pay attention to and spread the word is, don't get deterred when you get to a location and say, where do I vote at? because all I told people is go straight to City Hall. If we having a technical difficulty here and you got to go to City Hall. You had the opportunity to vote absentee. Some people opted into it and some people did not. So I don't want us to forsake the resources that are at our fingertips that are making life so much easier when all we want to do is complain because we just want to blink or just think about voting and say our ballot is cast, and it don't work like that. So please, I encourage you all in November to take your souls to the polls, as they said in the past, and don't take just one person, yourself. Take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and make sure that we, Inkster, cast our vote and that we win, because we need to stay on the forefront. Too many times do we get the short end of the stick when we need the long end of the stick to get the resources that we deserve. And we some of us, I'm not saying people in here, we complain about what we don't have and what we can't do, but we do not make enough noise in Lansing at all as a people to be heard. And they will tell you in the census and in the voting numbers and stuff like that, well, y'all don't vote, so you practically don't matter. So I would encourage you all, regardless of who you vote for, I'm sure you know what side of the fence I stand on, but to please get out, cast your vote, and make it count in November. Thank you.
Yeah,
Councilman Waller.
I'm sorry, but unfortunately, when he talked, he made me think of things that should have been asked. Because she said by Thursday. So there's past practice that we get our packet Wednesday by noon, or things have to be in Wednesday, and we get it afternoon. Has that changed? If so, can we be apprised of it? Okay. And the second thing is we're losing Commissioner Anderson as our representative because of the redistricting. But Commissioner Anderson is so responsive and has been so great for us. If people don't know, he's the reason you have the sidewalk down Inkster. He's the reason you have the street lights up at Cherry Hill in Inkster. And you see how quickly he responded to Councilman Chisholm's interest. So I just want to say I am devastated by the loss of him because he has worked so well with us. And I would like to see the city maybe acknowledge him in some way prior to the other person taking over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good. I know David Kniezek has already been in contact with us, and David is familiar with Inkster, and David is great. At the same time, I totally echo what you said as it relates to Glenn Anderson. He is awesome. He really is. That's the reason why we got the pavement going on over in Colonial Park, and then it's going to extend over to Inkster Park. So he's been very responsive. He's been a voice for us for Inkster. But David said that he's going to make sure that he does more. So
we'll see.
We're going to hold him to it.
We'll see.
There you go. We'll hold it to him. I think Kniezek, he'll be all right. David's a friend of Inkster, and he's familiar with Inkster. All right. Councilman Williams?
Yes, I'm going to wait to, we're going to meet Thursday,
Wednesday.
I'm going to wait after Wednesday, and I will be announcing, after Wednesday, I'll be announcing my, my talk in my district, District 1. I'll be going from one district, District 1, and I'll be going to District 2. I was trying to also invite some of our new police officers and various stuff in the neighborhood, but however, we just can't get off this Saturday kick, okay? And I'm gonna try one more time and see can we do it, if we do it on a Saturday. What happens in this city is, every time you want to do, you can't hardly do nothing on a Saturday because everybody, that's all they think about when they're going to do something on Saturday. You know, so I'm looking at Friday in the neighborhood on the big sidewalk. And let me say this. I'm looking around this wall and I know I see a lot of people in here that love Inkster. And I'm looking at a lot of people that I know don't love Inkster. But let me say this, if you really love this city, as you say, you know, you need to get involved. You shouldn't have to wait to build enough issues before you come to council meeting. Before I got here, I come to council meeting all the time. Speak my mind, might not happen the way I want it to happen, but I speak my mind, okay? And as long as we sit around here with a divided house, You got people that come in, don't care nothing about this city. But yet and still, we sit there and let them do anything they want to do in this city. You know, we need to wake up. I mean, you mean to tell me I see all of these people come in here talking about, majority of them talk about these issues of marijuana coming into the community. Okay? Let's go all the way back. Where was this crowd at when it needed to be here? Okay, because the state, let me finish, then I'll talk to you when you get ready. Okay, the state sit here and gave you opportunity. When marijuana came out in this community, the state say, hey, if you overlook it, say you can vote for it or against it. Okay, that's where it was. And we failed to do anything about it, so that's why we got it in our community. Now, I heard someone get up and say, all these people trying to come into Inkster. But the question you need to ask yourself, who can stop them? Huh? So, but you're not going to be able to do anything until you know how to come with unity and strength. Okay? This is the most divided city I ever seen in my life. And I've been born and raised in it. And I was raised, when I come off of Harrison Street University. Okay, and I remember all of the guys back then, old professors and everything else up there, and how they took care of families, and how they come together. You know, what is happening with us? We're getting so complacent now that we just don't care about nothing. We don't care about our children. I want to say that because, you know, I'm getting sick and tired of everybody that I see come around here and holler about everything else but children. Okay? But when they get killed, shot down in the streets of the home, that child got killed, that child this way. You understand? It takes what they say, an entire city to raise our children. Okay? And the issue, this wouldn't even be talking about tonight if you deal with the issue back in the days when they first brought it here. The same clump of people that you hear crying now, talking about we don't want it, with the same people who started it. Okay? I'm gonna live here with it or without, because you know I'm strong. But we need to come together. And we holler about this, we want to do this, we want to do that, we don't want this. But I bet you right now, if I tell everybody in this city right now, I mean, standing here now, okay? All of the outsiders that you see coming in here trying to do marijuana in here, let all of us right now put up $1,000 a piece and we run our own. Let all of us with the mouth line up and do our own shit. Think about that. Okay?
They ain't gonna do it.
Think about it. You got your middle? You're the guy here?
There you go.
But I just want to say, I love each and every last one of you. I got people that hate my guts. But let me say that. We got to come together here. You know, we got to get for real. We really have to get for real. A lot of y'all sitting here, I watch, we got kids all in our neighborhood. We should be putting big programs together for them. We need to be working together with love, unity, and strength. We got pastors out there. They need to be leading the way. Okay, because one thing God gonna hold you accountable anyway. I love each and every one of you. I think I didn't talk too much, Mr. Mayor.
No, you're fine.
But listen, let me say this. I'm glad to see all y'all tonight. I've been sitting here since I've been on council. I've been sitting here, some empty chairs been around here. Okay? Keep coming.
They'll be empty next year.
Okay? Then we won't have to come at a later date. We do it from the beginning. See, y'all sitting here asking this council to do something they're not going to be able to do. Think about that when you leave here. God bless you.
All right.
Councilwoman Washington? Order, please. Order, please. Meeting is still in session.
And them having pest issues and we were beautiful. But a few calls, residents state that the person is in the property and that they do change with this eviction situation. So I just want to say thank you for it. Can you hear me now? Maybe it's not all going to hear. Okay. So I just want to say thank you for we had some issues the last council meeting where there was a president that had past issues and people that sit here for a long period of time. So I just want to say thank you to code enforcement for dealing with that issue. And then second, I think we definitely owe a round of applause to our fire department. We had two instances or two situations when at Heatherwood, Howard, when there was multiple rescues that took place, and there was other rescues by other.
Speak up, Councilwoman. They're saying that they can't hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So I just said that I think a round of applause to our fire department. We had two. There were multiple rescues that took place. So that's all I have for tonight. And I just want to say big thank you to our fire department.
That's why she's my AC, because I was just about to say that. Good job. Say what I'm thinking. I like that. Good job. Good job. All right, Councilman Shaw.
I just only have two things, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I just want to speak on the Road to Restoration program that's being spearheaded by our Secretary of State, Ms. Jocelyn Benson. A great program to help individuals who have lost their license to restore their license back. And I just want to leave you this website. It's michigan.gov/Road to Restoration program. So Road to Restoration. And it was an interesting story about a young man in Detroit. He haven't had his license since 1997. Over 26 years of his life without license. And, it stumbled him because he couldn't get a job. He couldn't travel very far. So hearing this new program to help him out, he was ecstatic. He was so happy. And there's many people who are driving to work without any license. Insurance is bad. They are terrified. I have talked to people who have been on the job for numerous years and going into other cities, and they're like, man, I'm so nervous, because I don't know when or where I'm going to be pulled over. So this is a great program. And I just want to share it with all of us. If you know somebody that needs their license to be restored, this is a great program. And it's having clinics. And I'm hoping that some of my state reps are here, future state reps are here, that we can bring it to the city of Inkster, Mr. Mayor, and
Yes, sir.
have our residents take part of that Road to Restoration program. And I was listening to and watching how we were having a great time at the National Police Night Out. And one of the things that was there, it was a sign that was there, and it says, it takes all of us. Big sign, and I'm looking at it like, yeah. And it's resonating with me. It does take all of us to be successful. And as you know, my motto is, if you see something, say something. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
All right, then. If all minds are satisfied, we know that we do have a special meeting August the 17th. And we want to reiterate that that's Wednesday, August the 17th at 6 p.m., correct? Council chambers, as it relates to the agenda items that were removed for tonight. And the theme, I think everybody said everything that needed to be said, but just continue to pray for our city and have faith. But let me say this, that faith without action is dead. That's that part. So knowing going to the polls, you count, but if you don't come to council meeting, let your voice be heard, then nothing moves that needle. We're making the decisions for you. You have to be here, be involved, get involved in the commission. We have plenty of commissions that's open. The Beautification Commission is one of my favorite commissions. And everybody in the city should be on that commission because Inkster's a beautiful place. And if we clean it up, we will be able to attract what we want in the city. Everybody keep always saying, what's the problem with Inkster? Why they just skip over to Wayne or they skip over to Westland? It's the perception that we're not clean, that we're not safe, and that we're not accessible. But we know the people that live here and work here, that this is the best place on earth to live, to work, to play, to raise a family. But we have to do our part. It starts with you. Clean up your house and everything else from there will follow. Motion for adjournment? There's support? All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Anybody else say nay? They can stay.